In downtown Cleveland, Ohio, as we get set for football here at the always rockin' Cleveland Browns Stadium. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. Two big-time rivals battle to start the year. The Bengals and Browns underway in Week 1. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment.
On 2, ready?
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Gun.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Now Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. Burrow on play action. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's got some space here.
Down the right sideline.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon.
46 yards.
And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener.
Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Now the NFL's 3rd leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, what a start to the season here. Cincinnati and Cleveland, AFC North rivals, Ohio rivals. I don't know what to make of this division. It feels like anyone could win it, including these Browns.
And you're right about that. And how historic would that be if Cleveland did rise up and take the division? So far, since we've gone to this format, they have not won the division title. They're eager, they're excited, and they believe that this could be their year.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year, and this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Chubb will get the call running left. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mucked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Watson. This is the tight end, the Joker. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now Watson going to sneak it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
There may be a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
After the run, Watson going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Again, give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, "Hurry, hurry," to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. To throw is Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Hopkins' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all.
Here we go,
all
here we
right?
go.
A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Gun.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Start.
Burrow looking to pass. Short throw to Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Moore, the man in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Nifty move. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now it's caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Let's get set. 11.
They'll give it to Mixon. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He's going to get it again. And this time he is in. Joe Mixon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal? In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second and 6.
Here's Watson.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
11.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
Watson now to throw.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
To the air yet again, Watson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a first down throw, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And shedding through the tackle. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Again, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And Chubb will try the middle here. Down right around the 25. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Now Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Round 6.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
The Browns needed a true #1 receiver when they dealt for Cooper, and he took on that role immediately. Over 1,100 yards and a career-best 9 touchdowns in 2022. Their now established top target picks up a first down.
Chubb on the counter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Peoples-Jones brings up 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Watson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Back to throw. Watson eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hopkins' kick is good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now Burrow on first down.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase,
77 yards.
and the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 19-point game.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
2 yards to go, second down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the 50, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right.
And this one too low.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Second and 20.
From the gun, here's Watson.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle. But they allow the conversion. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Here's Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Boy, how good has this defense been? Seemingly all...
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th.
Damn, bro, you couldn't give me a minute?
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Moore, the man in motion. Now it's Watson. And he's going to go down there and sack. They push him back to the 34. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going to look for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they try to go. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously a really great spot here.
If you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big performance for them. Now you just got to take care of us and take care of them all the way.
Start running the football, you've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete there to Smith. Get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up the second and managing it.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now a second and 2. Again, it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down and makes it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Just getting in the ball in the passing game. There picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3. So moving from the 22 to 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's to Chase. Touchdown, 6-2. Second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And they will
And he will not be able to bring this one back in the extra point attempt. Unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of the time on extra points, the effort is never what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. Before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now, everyone believes they can get to it and not get away. And we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys just spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just got beside themselves right now. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Absolutely. The effort there, the ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The last play got just a yard, and here's second and 9 from the 26. To throw is Watson.
He's got his receiver covered. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45. And a gain there of 21 yards. A give. This is Cho. There's a nice move. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective. That's why I tell all you guys, we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Here's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now this one is a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And they'll bring it down at the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I've got an idea. Let's get racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll get it down that play to the 37. 36 yards on the play. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. We're leading the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be here. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. 2nd down and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. Oh, looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he cannot pull it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Play action. It's Burrow. He's got his tackle. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside.
What's the other one that you said that you had put me
They
on?
convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Partner, I know it's still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are. I'm going to tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing. The best they can do is game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into the next couple
Outside this game has been, even one score might not be that cosmetic good on the scoreboard because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Watson taking in Dan Cooper here. And they get him down the mountain before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Go for a Cleveland first. Certainly worth noting he's got one catch away from 6 yards. He's at 599 in his career. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Cincinnati, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start.
Now, the big circles will make some money. It's just really all about how.
Meanwhile, for the Browns, they go down.
That's why I told myself, like,
and they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on.
Yeah, you gotta hop off and maybe go back on at home in like an hour or so. You see my other phone?
Charles Davis, thanks our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Oh, never mind. I was sitting on it. It's right here. So cute. Where are you at? Hey, Remy. Come here, girlfriend. She's named after that body of liquor that my man likes. Hey, Sugar Plum. And that's Papa. That's Romeo. Remy and Romeo. My puppy children. Ain't they cute? They do have the same mom. They do have. They just came out their little one.
Nobody knows.
It was no